Hey, so today I'm going to go over what to do if you're thinking of getting into real estate, or maybe you just got into real estate and you're kind of still wondering what to do. And it's also this live stream's a good one for in case you just need like a refresher or you've been kind of stagnant in your business. So I hope y'all enjoy. Please feel free to chime in on the chat. I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions that were sent in and just go over some topics I feel is important, especially I have 9 of them for aspiring agents. I'm gonna look over here. I have my notes so I don't forget anything. So the first thing you would want to do is obviously you need to get your license and you want to check with your state to see what your state requirements are. The requirements are as far as more than likely you have to be at least 18 of age, have a high school diploma and or a GED. Another requirement is to pass the pre-licensing school test. You got to go to real estate school. You got to learn all the legal laws, a little bit about real estate, and just how to get going in it. And mainly it's a lot of the laws and regulations you're going to learn because you definitely want to have that once you become a licensed real estate agent. Then you're going to have to pass the state exam, and that also includes having fingerprinted. And more than likely, whatever state you're in, you cannot be a felon to get your license. That's one of the requirements here in Florida. But again, just make sure you check with your state requirements before getting your license. So that's step one. Then once you graduate from real estate school, you get your license, you passed your state exam, you have to you'll learn in school, you have to hang your license with a broker. Now, you can join a brokerage, a small mom and pop, or you can do a big one, or you can do a place that has a team. This is all going to be your choice. I personally went with a bigger brokerage because I wanted to find out what was going on. And my advice now, though, is if you do go with a bigger brokerage, make sure there's training. Don't worry just about the commission split, because even if the commission's like 90-10, well, 90% of nothing is still nothing. The biggest part of being a successful real estate agent is what to do once you get your license. That's where you almost need someone to hold your hand to help you out. And I'll get into that in a little bit. So who you hang your license with is important. A lot of brokers are going to tell you whatever you want to hear, and some will really do what they say, but unfortunately some won't. And you could just be like, well, he lied or she lied, I'm going to go to another company. But unfortunately, that gets rather expensive after a while. So you really want to try and do a little bit of research. I suggest highly to do your research while you're still in school, while you're getting your real estate license. That way, when you get out, you can make an informed decision. Maybe even talk to some other agents and find out who they're with and who they like. Of course, if you'd like to join me in my team, no matter what state you're in, I'd be happy to interview with you as well. Or if you have any questions, go ahead and comment below this video or in the chat now, depending if you're watching it now or in the replay. Things to consider when you do join a brokerage is if you do join a team, you will get some hand-holding, you will get some training, but it's going to be at a price. What I mean by that is they're going to give you leads, but they're going to expect you to pay for those, which makes sense. Depending what the overall brokerage is, say it's a franchise brokerage, and you got a lead and you closed them, you went to close and you got the paycheck. Well, by the time you give the franchise their franchise fee and you give the broker fee, and now you give the team their fee, you get Uncle Sam his and all this, you might end up with very, very little bit, depending on how all the splits are. So if that, and you're building the team's name, you're more than likely not even building your brand. But if that's what you want to do, then that's fine. I just think it would be hard to really make a living full time off of that. But maybe just to get your feet wet, you might want to consider a team. Or I know some people are on teams and they absolutely love it. Choice is yours. I've never done a team. I've never been on a team. I always wanted to build my name. It's my business. I want to build it. And I did struggle in the beginning. And that's why I help so many agents now, because I know what it's like. So if you are looking to go on your own, be solo, again, if you join my team, so to speak, I sponsor you at LPT, then yeah, I can help you as much and to be as successful as you like. Of course, you can always reach out to me here if it's a quick couple questions or something. I'm always happy to help. There's another way you could get your license. Say you're working full-time and you just really can't take the plunge to go full-time. You can go on what's called referral only. That's when maybe you buy a lot of real estate, or your spouse does, or you have friends and family that seems to always be buying. You're still trying to learn the ropes. Well, if you're on referral only, you can refer that to the agent in that area and still get a referral fee. So it's really not that bad. That's just something else to consider. So step 3 is to be a successful agent is know your market. This is something I was like, yeah, sure. I know it. But no, it's really, really important to know your market, basically inside and out, because you want to build your confidence. When someone comes up and asks you about something in your market, the area you are the specialist in, you want to know more than they know, ideally. Do I get caught off guard sometimes? Maybe. Very, very rarely. I'm going to tell you why. One, I've been selling in this area, the greater Daytona Beach area, since 2011. I also really learned the market when I had my own real estate company and we were doing property management. That's when you really get to know these little off-beaten paths, these little streets, because you're placing tenants in these rentals. And then you still need to know the area. So I really, because I did a lot of rentals back then, so I really got to know the area then. But if you don't want to get into property management, that's a whole nother ballgame. Or you can't find someone that'll hire you as that, and you just want to do sales, because I'm going to tell you, property management is some thick skin. Do videos. You have to research the area to talk about the area. Since I've been doing my YouTube videos, oh my God, such a blessing. But I'll get into that a little bit more too. But that helps me to know my area even more, because things are changing and evolving all the time. Study your MLS, know what's coming, what's going. I set myself up on particular searches that go directly to me, so I know when certain types of property hit the market, especially like in my immediate area or areas I'm farming. I want to know every property that is listing and closing in that area. And if they didn't use me, I'm going to figure out why. Know your interest rates, the neighborhoods, like I said, what's selling, how quickly they're selling. Right now, as of this recording, if you're watching this as a replay, it's January 2024. Properties have been sitting on the market. Does feel and seem like it's picking up a little bit more, but especially like in December, if you would ask, they were staying on the market way longer than they were just a few months prior. These are important things you want to know. And why aren't they selling? Because people are going to ask you that. And when people ask you how the market is, you can give them an informed, confident answer. That's why it's super important to know your market. Step 4 is to set up your CRM. You can add emails like to your CRM. Maybe you don't want to don't get hung up on like what CRM you should use. Just, if nothing else, do like a weekly or a monthly email, and then add the emails to like a free one like MailChimp or Constant Contact. I use MailChimp. I do have the paid version because I stay very, very busy and I have quite a few contacts now. But I did start off, I think I used Constant Contact a while, but when I went back, I started off MailChimp. I really liked it. So then I went over to the paid version. You get so much more with that. Because I do videos, that is kind of like a CRM. It keeps people, I stay in front of them, which is beautiful. But if YouTube was to ever go black and just close up shop or something, since I don't own it, I would have no way of getting a hold of anybody, right? So you always want to have a paid place to have your contacts, to keep them somewhere. And that's where a CRM comes in handy. I know a lot of these brokerages, even including mine, will give you a CRM. You can use that, but always have your own. Because if you were to whatever reason, leave that brokerage, all your contacts stay with them. So definitely set up your CRM. You want to stay top of mind no matter what. Again, having a YouTube channel helps that. Many people on my Central Florida Homes YouTube channel, they stay on it years after I sold to them. Some, find me and stay on it, and it's years before they even reach out to me. It's just another platform to stay in front of them. But I try to get emails from everybody, usually with a lead magnet. That way I can provide value, and then they're happy to exchange their email. Also, another way is with my Facebook group, I ask if they would like to be on my newsletter, which brings me to number 5, lead sources. Use social media, maybe do a Facebook group. I have a few. I actually have one for you guys if you wanted to ever, I thought I had it pulled up. Sorry. If you, I think I do. Hold on a second. Yeah. If you want to join my Facebook group, you could go ahead and scan that QR code right there, and you can join. That's the Abundance for Realtors Facebook group. I also do one for my buyers and sellers and local people inside of Daytona Beach. It's a great way to stay in front of people and have control over everything. I wish I would have started this years ago. However, I just started not even a week ago. I already have a lot of generated interest. I'm interviewing business owners. I'm connecting stronger with people. I'm getting people from YouTube. I do this. I put up a live stream, and then I ask them to join here. And it just seems to be really making a huge difference in my business, and I absolutely love it. So consider doing, it's free, a Facebook group, some way to get people to join you. My suggestion would be, don't make it anything about real estate. Like mine says Daytona Beach, family, friends, and neighbors. That way they know it's just getting to know one another. Most people, they find me from my YouTube, do know it's my YouTube, but I have not posted anything about real estate. They will know. And if somebody wants to join it, I've had a couple of people try and join. I decline them. They have to have a reason to join. And I have that as a question. Again, if you have any questions about that, go ahead and reach out to me or comment below, and I'm happy to help you. Another part of lead sources is, I should have did this a long time ago more heavily because it's been a huge return on my investment, is postcards. I just posted a listing this morning, and I put out all the social media for it. And then I have something set up. I click a button and I shot out 150 postcards to the immediate neighbors, because if anybody's looking to buy, maybe have a family member move in, I want them to see that house. Or if they're thinking of selling, I want them to be like, that's my agent. She's not just starting in the MLS, she's also doing postcard mail outs. So I have very, very, very affordable ways to do that. It's almost crazy not to. And if you get one deal out of it, more than pays for it. Plus, it brands you more. It's just a lot of good things. Another way to get lead sources is open houses. I like to do open houses. Sometimes I'll do like a gift basket, and maybe a title company or something will sponsor it, whoever we're using for title. And that's a great way to collect emails, again, to put into your CRM. And another lead source is your Sphere of Influence database. On to number 6. Number 6 is to do videos. I know I said something earlier about this, but trust me, practice doing your videos and you will get more and more comfortable, especially in the beginning. The thing is, nobody's going to see you anyways. You're going to do all this work. It's going to take you a while. You're going to post it on YouTube, and then crickets. And you're going to be like, oh my goodness, nobody even seen me anyways. Then you're like, why is nobody watching? So you make another one and another one. And then eventually, like anything else, you get comfortable doing it. I know it sounds hard, but you do. I kept telling myself that with cold calling, and I'm like, just do it. You'll get comfortable. But then I realized I was feeling like a hypocrite. I literally cannot stand being cold called. And I think that's why I can't cold call out. But with video, you're providing value. And when you give, you get. Just come from a value base and just know you'll be fine. Even if you got to do a short video or a couple little mini ones, and then you can get into longer ones and then start doing live videos. And that's way before then. By the time you do that, you will see a difference in your business. And the beauty is, if you're cold calling, that's great, especially if you're good at it. But my videos work for me while I'm sleeping. I can't tell you the times I've woken up and I've had leads in my inbox because somebody in another country, another time zone, whatever, found my videos and finally decided to reach out to me. And now we're working on getting them moved to the greater Daytona Beach area. It's a beautiful thing. I feel videos are the best lead source. And there's other places you can do it too, but my preferred is YouTube, which brings me to number 7, to get on social media. Again, like I said, my choice is YouTube and then Facebook because I like the groups. I can take my YouTube people, get them in my groups, get them on my page. I stay in front of my friends and family a little bit. I talk about real estate, and that's a good way to constantly remind them without badgering them too much. Anything from my Facebook goes to my Instagram. So I know there's Twitter and TikTok and all that. And I looked into it and I'm like, sometimes it's all I can do is to handle YouTube. Because the main thing is you want to be consistent. That's a huge tip. Take action and be consistent. You can't do it here and there, now and then, and be like, I don't know why it didn't work, because you weren't consistent. You've got to be consistent. The other thing why I like YouTube over TikTok, now, I don't know, maybe agents are crushing it. I probably are, and they're doing it. But my thought is, I go on TikTok when I have a few minutes, when I'm standing in line at Starbucks. That's when I'll be like, oh, let me kill some time. I'm in line. I'm not going to go on TikTok and say, oh, that's right, I want to buy a house. Let me go on TikTok and research. No, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit in front of my computer, and I'm probably going to end up on YouTube, and I'm going to do some research, and I'll sit here and pay attention and watch those videos because I really want to know more about the area where I'm moving to. TikTok, me personally, and from what I hear others, it's not really the place you're going to do research when you're looking to move to an area. That's my 2 cents on that. So that's why I picked YouTube and Facebook, because I kind of work them together. Number 8, I have practice your script or presentation skills. I'm not a big fan of scripts, but I do rehearse until I feel like I get pretty good at something. And in the beginning, I would look for somebody to role play or rehearse with me. And so that is a great way inside our group to find a partner to practice with. You want to practice so you don't have the nervousness. If you haven't gone out and did a buyer's or seller's presentation yet, you might want to rehearse with somebody. If you join the Abundance for Realtors Facebook group, that would be a good place to find somebody. If you're having problems, let me know. Plus, also inside your office, usually somebody will help you there. You can also go on appointments with somebody. If you have an agent you can shadow, I've taken agents on listing appointments and buyer's appointments too. I just tell them they're my assistant or something. That way they can see how it goes. It's not difficult, but suppose if you never did it, it just makes you feel more comfortable. I even had an agent one time ask me to go to the closing with him. You literally don't do anything there, maybe sign one piece of paper as a witness. Other than that, you just sit there, maybe give them a closing gift. But they didn't know that, and because they felt more comfortable, I just went ahead and went with them. It was no big deal. Maybe watch videos on presentation and scripts and stuff to get a little better. And definitely know your audience. Who are you speaking to when you're doing these presentations? Number 9, keep learning. Never stop learning. I love, love, love my books. I read constantly a book. Kind of have a bad habit. I usually have a few going, but I don't know. Maybe it's the ADHD my daughter swears I have. It doesn't matter. I'm in my car. The music's rarely on, if ever. I got another new car. I'm not even sure if I know how to work it because I always just automatically put a book on that I'm listening to. I have Audible, and then the Hoopla has free books from the library. Go to events, real estate, local events, networking events, social events. If you can get a mentor, they're usually free. Sometimes at your company, you can have a mentor. Shadow top producers. You don't really want to shadow somebody that doesn't know what they're doing because maybe they'll train you wrong. But find somebody that's really making some production. It's been not necessarily been in it for a while, because I've talked to agents and they go around bragging they've been doing real estate a couple, 20 years or something. But I know darn well they haven't sold anything but maybe 1 or 2 deals a year. I think I'd rather shadow somebody that's doing at least 15 or more deals a year and only a couple years experience, because they're up to date, they're fresh, and they're doing enough, as opposed to someone that's been doing it a million years but does 1 or 2 deals. That's just my personal opinion. Podcasts are great. And of course, videos on YouTube. I love those. So to wrap this up, there's no comments or questions. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. The main tip I want you to walk away with is do it. Just go ahead, get your license. Don't give up. You got this. Anything I can do to help, I'm here for you. Be consistent and get an accountability partner. I'm here to help you if that's what you would like. I am an amazing accountability partner. I'd love to help you. Be consistent, and I'll see you at the top.